All right, who's ready to talk about robots with guns? I know I am. Welcome to the Roguelite Spotlight New Game Plus on Roboquest, where we put the game to the test to see if it's worth your money. All right, we all know what Roboquest is this time, right? You saw the short. I'm going to assume you have and continue. Let's go over our categories. There'll be 5, which will be scoring out of 5, being graphics, music, gameplay, challenge, and replayability. Then we'll tally it all up and score it out of 5. Though I will say before we start breaking everything down, I want to say this game is still in early access, and while it has a lot of content, there are things that are subject to change. So just keep that in mind as we keep going, and if you guys want me to revisit the game in the full release, let me know. But without any further ado, the breakdown. Okay, so graphics. I want to start by the modeling and atmosphere in this game. They're very good. It looks and works together really well using this comic-y style aesthetic. Honestly, the biggest issue I have is some of the cool stylistic comic sections after you beat a boss or end screens after you finish a stage because, well, Max, you okay there, buddy? You don't look the best. Might need to clean you up a bit. Yeah, we'll just leave that there. There's a bit inconsistency with the comic sections. While it doesn't take much away from it, it's a bit odd. But other than that, the models and general world aesthetics look pretty good for what they are. I will give graphics a solid 3.5. Not perfect, but still pretty good. Sound. Okay, for sound, the music goes really hard, like really hard. It's a synth rock style of music that changes very dynamically through the level and fights, which really gets you going. Makes you want to succeed. Makes you want to destroy everything in your path. It's a good soundtrack though. I've never found myself listening outside of the game, but it's still really good. Easy 4 out of 5. Alright, do you like slipping and sliding, jumping and diving? You like to move all around the screen, shooting hordes of robots with some of the most random weapons? Because, oh boy, is this game fast. Literally, if you're standing still, you're going to take all the damage. You really only have 2 options here. Try to peek in and out of cover, picking off each robot one by one, or go all in, running around like a madman showing the enemies who's boss. After all, they can't hit you if you keep moving, right? And the game rewards you for playing quickly. You see, each level there are 2 bars. One that goes up, labeled XP, and another one that goes down, labeled time. The more enemies you kill, the higher the XP bar goes. The longer you spend in a level, the lower the time bar goes. Each score is capped down to S, then goes respectively to A, B, C, D, and even E. So the faster you go through things, and the more you kill, the better your score will be, and the more you'll be rewarded from the game. So the game generally encourages an aggressive approach, which makes this game really, really fun. You start moving around the level so fast, blinking around using skills and grind rails, sliding under bullets and lasers, it's pretty crazy. That's general gameplay, but what about versatility between runs and gunplay? Well, the game got you covered. There's over 50 weapons to choose from, including a lot of fan favorites. Shotguns, rifles, and dual pistols, to more unconventional but just as deadly weapons such as throwing axes, throwing knives, bow and arrow, and even our little buddy, supplied by Max, BuddyBot. Love that little guy. And it doesn't stop there. There's also a lot of power-ups and improvements to your own ability as well as a level system that includes both class-specific and general upgrades to make yourself stronger. I just gotta say, this game has a lot of stuff going into each run, and for early players, it can be a bit overwhelming. But as you keep playing, things will get easier to understand, and you'll become a lot better at planning your builds throughout the runs. So for gameplay, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5. Challenge. Challenge is a bit harder on this one, because its challenge varies based on how you play the game. But as someone who is okay at FPS games and roguelike games, I will say this game is pretty decently hard. Even with some of the more cheesy classes, it's very easy to take a lot of damage for not moving in a good way, punishing you pretty heavily. So it's going to take a time or two for you to get a full grasp on movement and enemy patterns, and once you do, the game just throws hordes of enemies at you and locks you into monster houses if you catch my drift. So for difficulty, I'm gonna give this a 3.5. Hard to start, but gets a little bit easier as you go. Replayability. I could play this game for hours. Each run feels so different, though the pattern of each run is the same. It has a very similar level style to Binding of Isaac, actually. Each level has an area designated to find new equipment, sometimes an area that is a secret that holds special loot or lore bits, and so on, with a lot of mini rooms along the way jam-packed with enemies. So each run feels different start and you only can get certain upgrades for your character as you level up. So each run you build differently, with some rerolls and extra chances to get the playstyle you like. So that's where classes come in. There's 5 different classes to play, each with their own style. We have Guardian, which is a more self-defensive class, which has an invulnerability shield and a melee that grants you additional healing. There's Recon, that has a blink that wherever you land, you stun everything near you, and also has a healing melee option that also does a lot of damage. There's Engineer, where you can summon buddies to do a lot of fighting for you while you go make a sandwich. And oh, you can also shoot an explosive projectile, I guess. There's Commando, where your weapons are gun and more gun. You can fire a rocket or pull out a short shotgun to do lots of damage. And there's even more broken. I mean, Ranger, which has a stealth that lets you go invisible for 4 seconds. It deploys a decoy, and you have javelins that deal a lot of damage and recharge with stealth, and you can pick them up and instantly throw them again, which are all fun times. My favorite is even more broken. But because of this, each game feels very different, with lots of different varieties and combos. And you can even just use Buddy Bot in one run. Who's a good little death robot? Yes, you are. 4 out of 5 for replayability. Woo, okay, that was a lot. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you get the game and what your favorite class is. It's okay if it's Ranger. I won't judge you. Well, now the breakdown. Seeing each of the categories, we got a 3.5 for graphics, a 4 for music, a 5 out of 5 for gameplay, a 3.5 for challenge, and a 4 out of 5 for replayability, which gives us an overall 4 out of 5 for the game. So, is Roboquest the best FPS style roguelite game? Well, it's hard to say. The genre doesn't have a lot of installments, at least that I have seen. I would say if it keeps its development up, it would easily be one of the best, if not the best, and it's easily worth the $20 you pay to get it. But with competition such as Gunfire Reborn, which I have also played to death, it's hard to say which is better. So I'll let you be the judge of that. But I can say with complete confidence, this game is a lot of fun and would be even more fun with a friend. You should get it if you like shooters and roguelites in general. Before we go, interested in other roguelite games that might be more pixely and with 100% less guns? Why not check out this video on my right that goes over Moonlighter, a shopkeeping roguelite game. It's a good time, I promise. Just click. I know you want to.